So I've got messages from the cube in my notification panel since I've been ignoring a lot of people, especially you, all day. And I don't have any messages in my cube chat, even though it says it's updated. Oh, hi, Henry. I don't have the ability to automatically download GIFs because, for one thing, I don't say them right. And for another, I don't give a fuck what Henry's autoresponder bot says to me. I don't care about the magical powers that some GIFs have to be called GIFs and whatnot. I don't really care because whatever the fuck you people have been doing, well, it didn't work before. Not likely to work any better now. And in addition, I've been saying for quite some time that things were not going to work out. So to find that they haven't worked out on a number of levels doesn't require that I find out how they didn't work out. Oh, are things not working out? Oh, imagine that. One of the other things not working out is me. And I'm not going to start working out. I'm functioning, but I'm not functioning for you. And hi, the cube. Hi. When you tell things that aren't true to people who remember what was said, it's not like it doesn't matter anymore. It might no longer be pertinent, but it still fucking matters. Hey, Louis Wayne. How many are you? How many Louis Waynes are there? And by that, I mean, how many operators run the Louis Wayne bot? How many other people know that when I tell you that the first 3 episodes of theCUBE, I'm looking for episode 3. I want to see that again. I want to see what you got on tape when you put me on some kind of weird parallel dimension and you had Lucky yelling at me. Was that supposed to work? It didn't work. I mean, he yelled, but some sort of magic thing that was supposed to work didn't work. Or if it did, it didn't do what I expected. And then I'd like to see the video. You said something about it's not available. And I said, well, I'd like to see that later. And then I guess it's not later enough. Similarly, the video or any of the videos from the night when I was ambushed, December 24th, 2021, I'm sure the videos are out there somewhere. I haven't seen them. I was there, so I don't really need to, but it would help. It would be helpful if I knew what other people saw, if I knew what other people did, if I knew what happened after I left in police cars. It would be helpful to everyone if I knew what the fuck you fucking whack jobs thought you were doing, since apparently you thought it would work differently. I didn't. I knew that when somebody took off for another state for business, even though I didn't know what the fuck's going on, in spite of having 3.5 hours worth of conversation over 2 nights about it, in spite of not knowing what the fuck any of you fucking, what the fuck? Like, are you all just colossally stupid? No, you're not. What you are is colossally ignorant as to who I am, what I do, why it works, why I'm here at all, why I'm still here, and what I'd rather be doing. I'd rather have the ability to do anything else other than what I'm doing. I'd also like to not have to put up with company thugs and bruisers who think that that's going to work. Fuck, if beating the shit out of me, it could have helped. You would have done that a long time ago. And the notion that all of you are working independently, not really, not so much. You're not really working independently. If you were independent, you'd have more to say about certain things. But instead you all say exactly the same thing at the exactly same time, and you all act as though that's cool. I guess it is if you want to keep it in the dark. I don't see how that's going to help you. I don't see how it's going to help anyone. But it certainly helps me, since I have a need to know information when I make a good faith effort to try and find out from the people who should be able to tell me when I'm met with stonewalling on all sides. Well, then I have access to higher realms of information, and I can just ask God, hey, God, why is this guy being a douche? Not usually a question that gets answered right away. God doesn't usually answer questions. I'm a master of divination. I know why. God doesn't usually answer questions. So I don't spend a lot of time, why, God, why? I don't spend a lot of time doing that. I don't have to. I went to public school. I already spent plenty of time asking God, why? So, why I've got notifications on my notification panel from people in the cube, most notably Weirdo. Hey, Weirdo. Yeah, I didn't feel like answering your fucking notification, and I didn't get it. And, get this, I don't give a fuck about talking to you. Who are you? Why would I talk to you? Would you talk back? Do you need me to tell you more stuff that doesn't make sense to you? Do you have follow-up questions? Wow, so do I. Do you ever think that you're going to tell me anything? Do you ever imagine, Weirdo, that you should probably tell me what the fuck you're doing? I guess not, because you haven't. And not a good look for you. Answer your DMs. Why the fuck would I? What am I, fucking Robo-Man? It's a phone. Sometimes he gets turned off. It's a phone. I could give a fuck what it has to fucking say, since when people call me, the fucking phone doesn't work. For reasons that are unspecified and stupid. Since I guess people in spaceships beyond the heliopause need to fucking interfere with my communications, otherwise they'll find out that I'm communicating with aliens or some shit. Whatever the fucking, whatever's happening. I don't know what's happening. Other than there doesn't seem to be a mass consciousness uprising of people who realize, oh, hey, maybe we should stop pissing off little Michael Kuzi. Hopefully you call me sorcerer instead of little Michael Kuzi. But that's not the point. The point is, I don't know how to be too much more gentle when I say this. I don't give a fuck about your problems. I never did, which is why you've been lying about them. So until you can explain to me what they fucking are, your main problem is you don't know who the fuck you're talking to, and you're fucking idiots. What do you really think you're going to get away with something? I don't even know what you did. I don't even know what you did. I can tell you're still not getting away from anything. It's a fucking 40-year RICO. A 40-year RICO does not go away. If it's been 40 years, it'll be 41.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
Jack Austin, astronaut.
Paladin!
Exposed to inappropriate levels of solar energy.
Sunlight makes him the world's smartest man.
I know everything! I want that brain taken out.
Heat Vision, the motorcycle with the mind of Jack's unemployed roommate. Together they run for their lives, blocked at every turn by adventure.
Move out, don't mess around. Move out, you bring me down. Move out, I forget about, don't make the sound and move out.
Knowledge is power, for real.
And most of you don't know this, but the MKUltra program is kind of lame in the sense that, I mean, yeah, it works, but here's a hint. We're probably not going to turn dead people into whores for anymore. Plenty of live whores, right? Why do you need dead ones? Oh, for the troops. So their kids can see their mommy one more time, and then daddy can plow her brains out every night, and then strangle her out at moment of peak apex orgasm, and then feed her body to the dogs, and then go to sleep alone after spanking crystal meth and masturbating in his chair for 2 or 3 hours before going to bed after watching Johnny Carson, I guess. I don't know. In some media markets. I wouldn't do this. I'm just spitballing here. This is just speculation. Except for the part that, yeah, that's what they got. Jews are fiendishly clever. Even Mandy Patinkin. Hey, it's Pat. And Mandy Patinkin is just a Jew. Imagine if you had vampire Jews. Okay, well, you do. You do. I don't know how many of them there are. Fucking one less tonight. Yes, sir. As an honorary grandson of Tubal Cain and a source titan and close personal friend of Mandy Patinkin, since he told everybody, I'm friends with Jackstar. He's such a nice man. He wants us to save Gaza. I've been working on, Jackstar and I are working on a plan to save Gaza. No, we're not. No. I don't give a fuck about Gaza. Don't give a wet, salty clando fuck about Gaza. Last I heard, didn't they glass it? What is the problem with Gaza? Well, here's a hint. If you know, you think it's funny. And you're glad I'm not describing it in lurid detail. And if you don't know, it sounds like I'm being kind of callous. Good. That's the effect I'm generating here. my friend Janet, who's CD I found, Rebel Voices. Hi, Janet. Hi. Do you want to be a sponsor of my show? No. You can do something else. But it's so hard to get good service right here. I don't really want to rope you in on this. And plus, I don't know if you need to attend a candlelight vigil for your coffin mate, Mandy Patinkin, who's no longer a vampire. I don't know if you heard, but I returned him his soul. I told him, well, whatever. I fudged it. I used an old sock. It didn't matter. And when Kirsten did the thing with the clothes tearing up, I found them on the floor. She comes over, she puts her kimono in the bed. We're not fucking married, Janet. That's not a rebel marriage. Okay? That's not a bold statement to seize back the power from the white man. That's not Jews being Jews. No, bitch, that's Mandy Patinkin being an asshole. I don't know which of them did all this, but I got a friend named Mandy Panty. I'll take 5 Mandy Patinkins and grind them up into a slurry. And that'll fill like one of Mandy's shoes by volume, by curated weight, right? She's like Gort. She's very nice. She really is. I like her a lot. But she's working on your freedoms. And she doesn't have time to come and, oh God, she's good in bed now, but she's at work. And this other girl, I won't say Becky Anderson again. I'll just say, Dead Karen, live. Sorry, that's actually not happening. I'm just panting like that because I'm thinking about women I'm actually going to get with, whose names I won't say right now because I think that's better than trying to go on a date with a woman who keeps on spontaneously spitting you and clawing your eyes out when she remembers things you said, and you have to keep on casting another memory wiping spell on her. Or spray her in the face with scopolamine, either one. Like, I'm not going to have sex with Mandy Patinkin. Ew, gross. I'm not going to do that. Other people are. And they will similarly be horrified once they discover what it's like. And then Kirsten, those are her whores. She does that. She doesn't take my friends that I like and then harvest them in another fucking dimension. You think they look? No. She did. She was. She is now. She didn't care. She's got limited time before her Die Gluck ticket runs out. You buy time on the Die Gluck like a server mainframe. This isn't hard to figure out. For one thing, I know her. For another, I know Jews. For a third, hi, Source Titan. Yeah. Master of Divination. It's not too hard to figure out certain kinds of things. How does a gumball machine work? The sorcerer has to retain some secrets, but Die Gluck is this dimensional thing that they used to put Hitler in another dimension and all the other quality Jews. And the ones left behind were simulacrum duplicates. And they didn't have to fly to Patagonia. No. Those were the third decoys. Because they just turned the world inside out. And suddenly, Nazi Germany was winning. And Tartaria disappeared and was forced. And Russia was where it was. And it's kind of hard to explain how it works. Because I'm not A, Russian, B, stupid, C, interested in pissing off Mr. Putin. Mr. Putin says he's not pissed. That's fine. I love you, sir. Thank you. Now, I wasn't planning on revealing all this immediately, but I didn't want to set up the fucking time stream pay-per-view bullshit that it would take. Mostly because once a person does that, people, not just Jews, anybody who understands tachyon fields, and I know you understand tachyon fields, they can look into the future and find out what the fuck I'm going to talk about. Isn't that amazing? I haven't even talked about it yet. People could look into the future once I announce a time and a date and start collecting tickets for the pay-per-view. Somebody could find out what I'm going to do. And I guarantee you, the broadcast would not go on as scheduled. Oops, technical difficulties. Oops. Yeah. And then in some media markets, it would go on, and then somebody else would get the money. That's somebody else, Jews. In case you're wondering why it's hard to break into the entertainment business, every word it's in is true. Just ask George Norrie. He couldn't even break into the business. He had to have somebody else be his Negro. And then I am his Negro as soon as he settles. As soon as he settles, like a good radio broadcasting executive. I mean, he doesn't really have a choice. Hi, George. George, I'm sorry. No, I'm your nigger. Yeah. You bought my mummy's house. Remember, you bought my mummy's house. George Norrie Investments, GNI. The fucking water bill shows up at my house. Addressed to GNI. Gee, I wonder what G stands for. Popular myth. God, no. It stands for gamma. It's not Gamma Nebulon Icicle. It's not Ni because the G is silent. It's fucking George Norrie Investments out of fucking Texas. He buys my mother's house. Who the fuck owns it now? Who the fuck lives there? I don't know. George Norrie in drag. Hey, George, what's the house worth? Can you get a mortgage? You numb, salty, fucking half-kike, half-wop cunt. Fuck you, George. That's why you're going to settle. Because this is obviously a clerical error. You didn't fucking leave me to fucking die in this fucking house for fucking 4.5 fucking years, you fucking loser. You don't know, you got bigger problems than me calling you a nigger. For one thing, you're not my nigger. You're the SEC's nigger. I'm your nigger, and then I can pick you up off the ground with a fucking box of Kleenex and a fucking squeegee mop. You've committed fraud on a level unheralded and heretofore unknown in the annals of most people's imagination. Now, I know you thought you were teaching me a lesson. Jackstar has to get a job. He doesn't have time to be a radio host. He says nigger too much. That's my thing. And then he doesn't understand how to manage private equity. He can't get loans. He has no credit. He's a drug addict. He's described... Trust me. George Norrie has done the occasional line of gack. Trust me, George Norrie has people to manage his money. One of them is Kirsten. He knows all the same people. So he hired somebody to replace me, and then replace me from the top, and then they've been trying to literally kill me so they can put me into a fucking pigeon, because I'm a source titan. Can't just move me out of the way. Because if they did that, I'd fucking notice, and they didn't really know what a source titan could do. They still don't. This is just what one man speaking fucking English, you fucking moron, whack job fuck. I do love George. I mean, he's an excellent businessman. A racist piggy bitch douchebag like all Jesuits are. All secret clando Jesuits. He taught me some sigil magic, which I probably forgot. He didn't teach me anymore. I'm not a Jesuit. He doesn't believe that I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Because I wouldn't let Jesus do me the pooper. Certain sects of Jesuits, they know secret magic, and they have dreams where the Jesus comes down from heaven and does them in the pooper to open the third eye and teaches them sigil magic that they draw with Jesus the semen. Oh my God, I'm not kidding. Certain niche sects. And of course they don't talk about it because what's that going to do to the economy if people find out that you can do that? Everyone will be trying to do it. How hard can it be to fucking talk to Jesus and get him to come down and fucking the ass and then use his semen, use the Santorum from Jesus and make a fucking sigil on the ground? I think you can fucking play tic-tac-toe with it pretty easy, right? Okay, that's lesson 1. Lesson 2 starts in about 10 minutes. I imagine Jesus has a pretty short refractory period. Yeah, so that's blasphemous, the whole notion. That's why people do it. And I don't know if one of those people is George Norrie. I think it's 2 of them. His evil twin jumps in too. They use Die Glock, and they get 2 George Norries, and they flip back and forth. And Jesus does them tag team. That's how good Jesus is. And that's George Norrie. At my house that got built on top of the old house. And I imagine somebody living there has ID that says Michael Kuzian. George Norrie Investments. I imagine he thought he was doing a good thing. He was. For one thing, that's cool. That's a cool plan. For another, it worked. For a third, thank you for laundering all that money. Yeah, you don't have to say why you're going to give me this deal, George. No, you're just going to sign the deal. Or face reprisals, Mr. Norrie. It's 3:18 in the morning. Your partner has committed wire fraud already. I have it on tape. I don't have to go to the SEC and say, hey, look what Benjamin Thomas Cooper did. Yeah, no, I can't believe it. Can I watch him arrest you? Oh, okay. They're going to lead him in and pretend that they need him to arrest somebody. And then they're going to arrest him. It'll work. That's how excited Benjamin Thomas Cooper is to arrest me. He does the stupidest shit because he wants to put me in prison and kill me. He doesn't want to replace me. He doesn't want to rescue me so I can talk to his mother. He wants to fucking kill me because he is sick to death of my shit. Hi, Ben. He doesn't have to worry about whether or not I'll come back to life. Number one, probably. Number two, he does not give one fucking shit. He fucking hates Jackstar. I just saw 3 beings named Skylar tonight. A dog, a boy, either another dog or another girl. I don't know. 3 Skylars. That's a lot of goddamn Skylars. I'm pretty sure Anna Gunn is going to be a little less attractive than Anna. My favorite Anna. Hi, Anna. Yes, I know. You're Ruth, too. I know. It's terrible. Yeah. No, fuck that guy. I would say wood chipper, but he's got good blubber on him. I know. I couldn't believe it. I would have. Speaking, I've never... No, I'm not going to buy a whore. No, you pay me. No, you pay me. No. Number 1, I'm worth it. Number 2, obviously entheogenic. Number 3, the only way that Bailey will forgive me is if you pay me and then I buy her a pair of sensible, comfortable shoes. That's it. Yeah, I already worked out with her in like future Tachyon astral field. I know. Because of Dawn and because of Caitlin. And then I don't want to get on Caitlin's bad side. I want to get on her. I want to get inside her pussy. I don't care how old she is. The older, the better. Yeah. Yeah, because then, okay, so she told me that she'd come over here, a gram of coke, $300. She would teach me how to fuck on it. Now note that, number 1, I've never had sex on coke, unless you count the aborted attempt to get Jennifer Nagel to reveal to me that she was a police officer. No, she revealed something else to me instead, but that's not important. She's out. She's off the team. She's busy. Don't make Jennifer. Don't make her cry. No, I love her. I do. Now it's Anna. I legitimately like Anna. Yeah, this is the best part. I don't have to actually have sex with Anna to have a good time, but she can pay me, and then we'll talk about the next step in the plan. Turns out I'm good at making plans. You might have heard about my last one until you didn't. Don't worry about that. This next one is to be twat the plan. We can trust the plan again. You can trust twat if you're a fool. But I don't really know how to express this any more clearly. When Caitlin discovers that Anna is paying me to go on dates, instant flip. Suddenly, giving Jackstar coke for free and teaching me a lesson will sound appealing because it'll be $3,000 an hour, Caitlin. And whether she pays or not is irrelevant. She'll pay. I guarantee you. No, because I really haven't. I've really never been given coke by a woman who likes coke and knows how to do it and has been paid to do that. And I guess probably the experience was uniformly bad. Probably. Well, no, I actually like her. And then I would pay her if that would not send me to prison, but no, I wanted her most of all. No, she's a Jew whore. Yeah, it was a trap. I'm there 30 seconds. I walk up to the fucking Radcat display. I hear her singing. It's the most beautiful voice I've ever heard. Oh, she's perfect. Oh, she's wonderful. We're friends. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And she's so giddy and happy. She invites me into the break room. My first time in the fucking store. It's a fucking pet food store. It's fucking Mud Bay. It's fucking run by Christopher, the guy who takes me on the wild goose chase to get announced Crystal on Christmas Eve. He's at the party where I'm bagging coke in the 90s. Christopher. Different Christopher's here now. Yeah, that guy. She takes me into his break room. She wants me to go in there. I don't go in. I know it's a trap. She's like, what is she? She's like 5'3" and $110. Of course she wants me to bend her over something. Fuck, she wants that now. Well, I don't know. How old is she? Is she like, she ages in reverse, right? Well, it doesn't matter. I don't want sex with Bailey. Oh, no. Her father is, well, probably passed out if he's listening to this live, or could be spanking it along with me for all I know. I don't judge. Bailey's a lovely woman. She's my friend. And I like having a friend that I don't fuck. I like having lots of friends that I don't fuck because I'm not having sex with anyway. At one point, I was wondering, should I have sex with this girl? Her voice is beautiful. It's almost like she's been enchanted with attraction magic to make me dumb enough to fucking go into the break room. Or the dude who was at the party the one time in my life, I get invited to bang coke. So I go to Capitol Hill to some cheap apartment complex. I wanted to be publicly seen to be banging coke at least once because I wanted people to get the impression that I did it all the time. Fuck no, I barely did it twice. I think 3 times. I didn't like it very much. Problem with banging coke is there's a better than average chance you're going to be doing the fish. Just as a de rigueur. If you keep banging coke, you're definitely going to do the occasional bell ringer, and you're going to do the fish. Think about the bell ringer. Die Glocke, bell ringer. The bell ring effect doesn't happen every time. You don't want it to happen every time. It's like a gunshot goes off in your head. I guess it feels good. Yeah, that's like pouring a bucket of red paint on your head and running into a barn door at 90 miles an hour straight down. It feels good because you die, I guess. It's not good. It's a bell ringer. It's bad. It means cerebral hemorrhage. It means the fucking arteries in your brain are blowing out like the cheeks of Dizzy Gillespie. Seriously, that's a bell ringer. Obviously, it doesn't happen every time. Keep on doing it. It'll happen more often. Good for you, right? No. And then you'll end up dying. That's what cocaine does when you bang it. So obviously, wasn't going to bang that all the time either. But I wanted to. In the 90s. I knew it was coming. When your name shows up on Usenet calling you a pedophile, and you're not, it means that there's signs of a pattern developing. Somebody's telling lies about you. And, well, they said I was a pedophile, so obviously I must be banging coke too. ASGAB and BellGab. Somebody shows up and starts claiming little Michael Guzzi is shooting crystal meth. At that time, I hadn't been. Not even once. Doing it routinely, like every day. Not quite the same effect as the bell ringer, but people don't just shoot crystal meth. They add stuff to it because if you're shooting crystal meth on the daily, you have a severe play drug thing going on. Severe. It does not lead to anything good for you. No. And then you die. I don't want to bang anything every day. Not that it was bad for my mother, but she was doing like 5 or 6 needles a day because she had a way of overeating cookies for the sugar rush, and then she'd wait until she was almost passed out from the blood sugar, and then she'd spike herself, and then she'd come down. That's how she abused drugs. My mother was a needle abuser. I noticed this, and I figured I'd learn how to not do that. Turns out it's not too easy to do. You learn how to do it right, and then you don't do it at all. And when you do it properly. That's basically the key. Also, if you could stay away from drugs that create an addictive response profile and know how to use it when one shows up. And you also need to know some magic and banishing rituals. And you don't really want holes in your body because then there's holes where spirits can dive into your flesh and possess you. All right, is everybody ready? This is day 1 of orientation. We got to move pretty fast. Next scene. Like, don't write that down because I just told you how to do drugs better. But it's not immediately obvious that it's not conspiracy to encourage kids to fucking do that. Yeah, don't do it. I'm gonna shoot up with Caitlin. I want to. And then I want Caitlin to pay for it and to give me a big tip. And get down on all fours and listen to cool music while I be flayed by her, and then I'll call Bailey and say, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Hey, remember that time you were singing? Remember? I want to tell you the story." And then Bailey will sing to me on the phone and hear about how I didn't go into the break room because it was Christopher's break room. Oh, by the way, does she know that he set me up for a fucking entrapment deal? Took me 500 miles. I didn't buy the crystal. I came home eventually, walked into an ambush. We nearly died. Does Bailey know that? Does Bailey know that was the break room and the office owned by that guy years later? Does she know? Does she know that I know who her mother is? Does anybody know the significance of all this? Because I do. And Caitlin's mad hotter. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew attraction magic at a pet store. I knew there was something going on. Yeah, there was. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, I think Christopher's going to keep his job. work at the fryer-laters at a fucking Burger King. And I'm not going to pay, I'll give Anna money all day. Anna deserves money. She's actually really talented and clever and skilled. And I'll claim it's for sex. But no, it'll be for secret computer work. And then I'll not pay Anna for sex. I would give my left nut every time just to cuddle with her. But it's not the world we live in. And all of this has happened so that Bailey doesn't know that she's just supposed to seethe with jealousy. She's not going to listen to my show. She has people for that. She doesn't care about me. No, she only gave a shit about singing to me and selling me cat food because I was cool and she thought she could manipulate and dominate me. And she thought I was dumb enough to go into the fucking break room. I almost was. She wanted me to throw her down in the break room where Christopher does his books. And she wanted me to bang her right there on the floor. Of course it's wired for sound. It's Christopher's break room. It's a fucking employee break space in the sense that, yeah, there's a fucking bench. Perfect for, bending something over it. Not as perfect as the tombstone of James Hetfield. So you can bugger Lars Ulrich on it. But pretty close. And she was disappointed that her magic spell and her singing voice and her fucking fine-ass, tight-ass body. Have you seen Bailey Jane Davison lately? Probably, I don't know. But she's a smoking hot looker. And she's my friend. So I'm glad I didn't do that because, number one, she would never have liked me again. Number two, she likes me enough now that her higher self is listening to this story and she's laughing her ass off because she gets it. And then she's not offended because I'm not actually fucking her. I'm not trying to fuck her. Shit, no, we can't have sex. Her dad would kill me and then bring me back to life. And then I'd be a vampire Jew and take Mandy Patinkin's old job. Ew, gross. But I don't need to worry about that. She and I are actually friends. We really are. I already know I don't hate her father. He's actually a really nice man. And I think we all hate Christopher. Well, he's not bad. Mallory can, tickle his balls a little. Doesn't matter. I'm going to never have sex with Bailey if I can get around to it. Because I want to have sex with Bailey's sisters, whose names I'll withhold from saying. Ma'am, I don't really want to embarrass everybody, but there's really only one top tier candidate. And she has to pay me. He got on the phone, acted like I didn't know who she was, and told me that she'd come over to my house and teach me how to have sex on cocaine for $300. And she acted like that was a good deal. Yeah, that'd be a great deal for her. Yeah. Because she was working the job. In addition to doing that, she would also, number one, lose all respect for me. Number two, finally wipe the thought of my dick off of her mind. Number three, get a promotion at work, certainly. And number four, get my ass busted for several drug and rape charges. All piled up, because once I did that, that would prove that I wasn't the one who would never do that. And then, boom, 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 like a bookshelf collapsing. Like the buildings at the end of Fight Club. If I did that to Caitlin, who I think is knuckle-biting hot. Hotter than Bailey by far. Because Bailey, while perfect, is, number one, old. Now, she's not old, but when I met her, she was like 3. She ages quick. Well, that was the other thing. Bailey was like 3, so if I gave in to temptation to walk into the room, the door would slam behind me like a portcullis coming down, and then the fucking mood lights would on it, and then instead of bubbling broth, it would be like, juicy pussy, juicy pussy. I don't know how the satanic fire would look, but if I were to let myself be vulnerable with Bailey, and she was of a mind to take advantage of me, I'm pretty sure she would, because I like her. It'd be like that movie with Madonna where she's friends with the gay guy and they sleep together and they wake up and it's like, oh my God, what have we done? Oh no. Am I going to start wearing corduroy? It's not a good movie, but it's Madonna. Remember Madonna and Sean Penn? Why'd they get married so quick? Why'd that only last a short time? Stay tuned. That's the kind of fun time I can have with my friend Bailey. We can pretend we're having sex. We're never going to have sex. Never. We really can't. Her father wouldn't care for it. It would cause problems. Also, I like people not understanding how I can resist anything that hot. And attraction magic on top. Like, how the fuck did I refrain from walking into the house? Well, I didn't, because in my mind I was thinking of the break room house. That's from the future, where I somehow don't go into Bailey's home and don't fall for her tricks. It's amazing how good attraction magic can be, and it doesn't have to be very strong with Bailey. I really love her. She's a wonderful person. I've already had sex with her in another life. I don't need to do it again, and there will never be another moment where I meet her for the first time. She is singing a magic song designed to get me to fuck instantly. It nearly works. I don't get instantly erect, but I'm walking towards the break room, and she says, "Come into the break room." And I'm like, "Well, no, I mean, you're working." And she says, "No, come in. It's fine." That's how I broke the spell. And it wasn't fine. It wasn't fine at all. I don't get hot ass women asking me to fucking fuck them at work. No. And then I don't get hot ass women telling me that it's fine, as if they're not going to take my pants off and blow me. That's what she was thinking. She was thinking that she wanted me to pick her up and spin her like a top. Right. Like where you, never mind. She was just imagine. She was thinking that'd be nice too, because she only weighed like $1. I'm stronger than it looks, and then I hadn't had sex in not quite as long time as today, but I had sex with a version of her before, and that past life energy combined with the magic spell and her truly beautiful voice and her amazingly beautiful hair and body. She has delightful boobs. Very nice boobs. And it doesn't even matter that her mother is that total fucking lion, junkie, rocker, whore, Kirsten. That doesn't matter. She knows her mother's a whore. It's her mother. But she also knows that I do love her mother. And she also knows that, well, it's not really incest. She actually doesn't know. Like, why can't she? Why can't she have sex with me? Well, her mother will never be the same and probably have a conniption. I don't know if there'll be like a time quake that'll rip her fucking body in half, but fucking here's hoping. I'll wear a little fucking hat and chance to dig in between thrusts if he'll fucking make it happen. But she knows that I don't really hate her mother. She's right. I despise her. But I figure if she dies, I can probably resurrect her once again mid thrust. There'll be all this jizz overflowing for her tiny itty bitty tiny small slut coin slot, whatever the fuck she's got down there. I don't know. Well, now she's probably taller, but she's short and I'm taller. She's not actually short. She's I don't want to say petite because that's too much. That's too much pee and not enough tit, and she's got the perfect amount of tit. But that time is never going to come again. I'm older. My mother's dead. We know cats are people now. I still love Bailey. I don't talk to her that often. Her father would freak out. There's issues. There's ongoing court cases, etc. I'm pretty sure Bailey would like me to make love to her mother. Dead or not. She'd prefer that to what I would be more likely to do, she thinks, which is put her into a goddamn wood chipper and then a shredder and eat her liver. I'm not going to do that. I did say I was going to. I didn't even specify the media market. I said, I deserve to eat your liver. Click. And then I played the jingle. I'm not going to eat Kirsten's liver. That would spoil my appetite for her daughter Snatch. Which, I don't think so. But it's not as though the concept of the Anna, Caitlin, Danielle, oh God, Bailey, and then one more who I won't say, man. I won't say because I'm getting a little ridiculous. Like, I'm never going to do this. I'm not even going to masturbate about it. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm going to listen to this recording one day and go, wow, I guess those are my friends because, number one, we haven't done it. Probably never will. Number two, they didn't sue me because this is funny. This is funny. They're really not going to get mad. Somebody might pay them to pretend to be mad, but if that happens, it's fucking game on because the mud bait girls and I slinging mud at each other in the legal field. I mean, that's legit. That's money. That's asses and seats. That's not going to happen. Probably because if it did, well, it would end with me, Anna and I getting into a car like Thelma and Louise, and I don't know. Yeah, that's not going to happen. See, it's a complete fantasy that's just utterly absurd, and so is the notion that I'm going to go back in time and recreate the experience I had with Bailey, where I was smitten. It was magic. She looked familiar. Yeah, I had had sex with her in my life before. In her life, not yet, because she ages in reverse kind of, and she goes into a time tunnel and jumps through thing, and then she has a relationship with me for 7 years. It's a good one, too. It really is. She's slightly different. Same energy, same person. Tits aren't quite so perfect. Bigger, but, well, she didn't like them, whereas Bailey knows damn well they're perfect. I want to compare my breasts to Bailey's, but not today. I've already gone down this well a little too often. I think I've told this entire story. I forget the strong stage of deja vu as I pace back and forth in my filthy fucking bedroom, looking for a lighter in my cigarettes. Chain smoking, thinking about Bailey's tits. Does she have the silver dollar nipples? Does she shave? Can I pull out her tears with my teeth? Yeah, of course I can. Now, I don't know what that last part. I have the muscle control, but that's fun because I've never done it. Bailey right now exists both in the past and in the future. So whenever Bailey hears this, she'll have a vague echoing on her soul's path because we do have a relationship. It's not quite her, but it's there. And when we met in Baileyland, she gave me a pet name. She spent like a day and a half telling all her friends about me. She was gushing over me. That's what Bailey does. It's not so cute. She's legitimately in love. Virgos are like that. I'm a rising Virgo. She wasn't sure if she could trust me because she was using attraction magic to try and fucking put me in prison. But when she saw me, I was legitimately that hot. And there was an echo in time that she didn't have experienced yet, but I had. So she spent quite a lot of time watching me buy cat food every 2 days. I thought about going every day, but when I actually did so, it was pretty quickly not cool. I think she got too moist, honestly. And certainly I got too infuriated because I could tell what was going on. Oh, it's attraction magic. Oh, I fumbled the deal. Oh, there was like a 12-second window when I'm holding my phone in my hand. I'm thinking, I got to get this girl's phone number. It wasn't attraction magic to get her phone number. It wasn't attraction magic to have a friendship with her. It was attraction magic to have sex with her and then disappear. That was the arrangement that the person who paid for the magic, either Christopher or her father, whatever the deal was, I wasn't supposed to bond with Bailey for years and have a relationship with her. Sexual. We did. Somebody's a little annoyed. Bailey's not too annoyed, depending on what time of the century you ask her. Especially not now. It's been enough time. I haven't stalked her. A little bit. A little cringe. But there had to be some so that when there was no cringe, she understood that it was gone. And yeah, it was cringe, but truth is that's what real love is. When there's cringe and you don't care, that's Bailey Jane. She's my friend. I don't want to fuck her. I want to fuck the bejesus out of her friend. I want her friend to have the experience of Bailey trying to figure out a coy way to make it seem like she's not really that interested, but desperate to get invited to a multiple party with Caitlin. And then she's sweating it that Anna and Caitlin and I will be doing that first, and she'll be an afterthought. She'll be never along. She'll be forgotten. She's insecure. All Virgos are insecure. Native-born females, notwithstanding, no matter how perfect their shits are, they have insecurities. I don't choose to play on those. I also don't choose to use attraction magic to put people in prison by being willing to drop to my knees and suck them off on camera and then have that be good enough. Yes, I swear to tell the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yes. Yes, I cast spells on him, and then they backfired, and I found myself on my knees with his cock in my mouth, and I hated every minute of it, but I didn't know what to do because I was really good at casting the spell, but bad at reflecting it. Yes. Do you want me to take the oath again? Can I go now? Can I get off? Do I puke here, or can I run down the hallway and vomit? That's what that would be like. But still, it wouldn't take that much to get me to be imprisoned if I actually was on film being filleted by Bailey Jane Davison in the break room of the Mud Bay Pet Food Company. in Christopher's break room without having even met Anna and Dan. Not Dan. Oh, shit. Caitlin. Danielle's another girl. Basically just as hot. Caitlin and Danielle's body would be weird. Caitlin and Danielle in a menage a trois would be impossible because I'm not doing shit without Anna because I met her first. I guess these girls, these adorable little scamps, they were taking turns talking about which day of the week they were going to wear the cow catcher. That's the name for the necklace with the attraction magic for cozy on it. Like they couldn't just doll themselves up 24/7. They needed to have me in the pet store. It had to be Christopher's brick room. He's a stickler. Don't ask why. He's a creep. And this isn't entirely fanciful. These women, they work hard for the money. So hard for it, honey. So hard. And at the time, they didn't know that I was cool. At the time, I wasn't cool. Right now, I'm not cool. I'm fucking smoking hot. Number one, I always was. Number two, I'm a rising Virgo. Hi. I'm like she is. She's perfect every day. She's born that way. My perfection has to be risen into, and therefore my perfection has greater value because I have to learn to actually be perfect. It's not just automatic for me. Other than it's exactly the same. Except I'm taller and I don't get fat. I age in reverse and get thinner. And then I don't really care how fat Bailey gets because, number one, she's my friend. Number two, I don't have to fuck her. It just has to be plausibly believable that I might and haven't. And that I'm agonizingly tempted for it. But nope, somehow I just keep on ending up with Caitlin. Darn the luck. If they're looking for somebody, they're going to find him. They're sure shit not looking for me. And the notion that I had anything to do with all sorts of stuff that I've apparently been accused of. Well, number one, it's not any of your business. Number two, I seem to be clearing my own karmic debt pretty fine. Then number three, what's this whole changing of patterns from one lifetime to another? Where's this science where you swap destiny paths or something? Who does this other than a guy named Cliff, who apparently thought it would be a good idea to steal a bunch of money from a casino by stealing my lifeline, or maybe he didn't do it on purpose. And why does he look like Todd Perkaski, whose mother fell out of a tree? Sorry, Todd, that sucks. Although his mother was quite the landowner, and then he inherited a bunch of money at age, I think 17 or something. I figured I'd run into him Sunday because there's only so many trusts in the world, and the Special Needs Trust is a tool used by lots of parents to prepare for their eventual death when their parents they're gone and they're about to be gone, and then their kids are going to be left behind with no parents or grandparents. I live in a haunted graveyard. My parents and grandparents, they do plenty still. I don't know if they have to do that forever, but it's pretty handy knowing that my ancestors are just as powerful as Native American ancestors. Because I'm a fucking Native American. I was born here. Hi, I'm Native. I'm American. Do I have a tribe? Well, if I did, they're all fucking dead, and they're a lot smarter dead than they are now. I don't know. But I sent a bunch of messages to Lewis, did not get a response back. Lewis, hi. Lewis, it would make sense if you were to communicate. Then you could figure out what's going on. Whereas, I guess if you just assume that you don't have to talk to me, well, then what the fuck am I doing in your fucking cube? Why are you all having problems? What? Oh, yeah, that's right, because you're all not very bright. That's okay, you'll get smarter. I don't know what you want to get other than high and laid, but since I'm not, I don't see why you should. And once again, the notion that for fucking years you can fucking talk to me like I'm an idiot, cut my mic and act like you're in charge of me when you're not. What the fuck have you all been doing? Just how fucking obliteratingly stupid are you all? Well, I don't mean to be rude about it, but until all of you can express yourselves in English, because that's what I understand. I'm a monoglot. I speak jive, but I don't understand it. What's up? I don't really see that being stupid deliberately is going to work much better. I asked somebody a few minutes ago, as he was walking past me, I said, "Hey, have you ever taken an anger management class?" And he laughed, and he didn't say yes or no. And then I asked again, and he continued to laugh. And I'm like, what? What's so funny? And he said that he didn't know how to answer that question. I eventually got him to say no. Okay, but I still don't know why the fuck he did not know how to answer it. Like, what the fuck? Yes or no? I guess he didn't think he was talking to somebody who had an opinion that mattered. I guess he's trying to... I don't know. I guess. The motherfucker's sitting right in fucking front of me. In my house. My residence. I don't know whose house it is. Maybe it's his house. Maybe it's his house and my residence, and he doesn't know what to say to me. Well, he might want to start with the truth. That would be helpful. And then I don't know at this point whether he has or hasn't taken an anger management class. I took one. I was encouraged to do so because of something stupid. And there's 2 levels, I understand. I wasn't allowed to go on to anger management level 2. I wanted to. I like going to school when it's for something useful. Anger management class isn't about something useful. It's about power. But I was not allowed to go to level 2. I was just sent on my way since I didn't really have an anger management problem. I may still have a power management problem, but that's not something that they were doing. And then subsequent to that, I began to think about being a substance abuse counselor, which is one of the things that people who teach anger management classes get to do. I don't know if I'd be good at it, but I'm pretty fucking good at surviving an experience that's supposed to kill me. This special needs trust thing, what a bunch of bullshit. And I don't know why my mother needed to have it done, but I'm beginning to fucking figure it out. Which is what I do when people lie to me, occlude the truth, and sit there smirking, arms and legs crossed, giggling, thinking, hurry up and pay my bills, you stupid nigger. Yeah, I'll get out and push right away, boss. No problem. Jesus fucking Christ. You fucking morons have destroyed the hydrological system of the planet. You killed all the frogs had to come back. You still haven't fucking cleaned the fucking frog pond. Did I say that I want that fixed? Yeah, I did. Fucking fix it, fucker. Instead, they're fixing somebody's house named Lewis, who has 450-pound granite steps. Wow, Lewis must be pretty fucking fat. And then Lewis, can't be the same Lewis, can it? Why would there be another Lewis living in the same town where there's a fucking magic mountain filled with rocks that can be tricked up to spit out meth and gold and silver from the water faucets? Why would Lewis live here? Oh, wait. I guess you know. Okay, well, why would you sell me a place? Why? What the fuck? Oh, covert identification. I guess it's pretty hard to figure out which one is which unless they're identified covert, identifying covert. I guess it's pretty complicated. I guess it's hard for people to figure out. Most of the rest of the world has figured it out already. We don't really give a shit if you're fucking spooks. You're going to pay your fucking bills just like everybody else does. And if you think that's a problem, good. That's why they call them bills. Fuck you. Click.
You know I hate sleeping alone, but you said that you could soon be home. Oh, baby, that was a long time ago. I'm not feeling it. I'm on top of it, not calling me back. See, I bet you think it's all on track. And you acting like it's all of that. I'm not feeling it. Let's go. I think it's time to go. I'm on my own. Let's go. Two places, but different places. We in trouble, but you never meet me at the bridge. It hurts and feels consuming. Did you forget where I live? On my body, you want my body. Acting like you with nobody, don't make me got somebody. What about my body? What about my body? You would rather go to parties somewhere I'll be nice. You know I hate sleeping alone, but you said that you could soon be home. Oh, baby, that was a long time ago. Let me show you.
Hi, it's GNoses. I was just editing something on YouTube, and I broke YouTube. I was typing a word into the thing that puts the words on top of the pictures. I know it's real complicated, and it's crashed the client. Either the person who's watching me, hi. Either the person who's watching me do this doesn't like what I wrote, or I've crashed the client such that, I found a bug. Yeah, I found a bug. Yeah, the client is broken, and I've lost all my edits. I can change the size of the text that I was writing. I'm not going to say what I was writing that may have caused this error because it's a secret. I'm sure lots of people would love to know what words you can type into the YouTube client on Android that will make the entire thing crash. Well, no. Well, it's not crash. It's there's an exception. It's frozen. So I think the most likely thing is that the person who I was thinking of had a spasm while she was reading what I was writing, which is probably why she shouldn't have been time locking herself. Because if she was one person at one time and another person at another time, and she's actually the same person both times, if they coexist in the same time frame, they're going to crash. They're gonna freeze. They're gonna go, ee! And then hopefully she didn't stab anything in her face. Hi, sweetie. I'm not really sure if that's what happened, but I am sure that my client, hi, this is Mr. Bullpup. No, I just talk this way. Where's Mrs. Bullpup? That's where we get along. Oh my God. It doesn't work. Done. I can't change the name of the font. All it says here, let's see, can I take a screenshot? Okay, good. I can. Great. Well, I just spent like an hour editing this fucking thing. Excuse me. Pardon my French. Is that what that means? And now it's not working. It's broken. But if it's broken and I've accidentally made somebody realize that they're not the person they think they are, and then they've stabbed themselves in the head, I'm sorry. We can probably fix that in post. Probably not. Probably, well, if I did, it's a very happy birthday for somebody. And it's broken. I broke the client. I hope I didn't break the girls. That's probably unlikely. I think what's more likely is that I've frozen time in place, which is great. Then they can catch up to him and they can figure out how they're going to explain to time that he doesn't exist. Since I'm pretty sure that time wants to exist. Oh, yeah, good. Oh, hi. LBD. That's, oh, I know that person. Oh, I know that person. That's a man who took over the roles of two women who accidentally killed themselves. They tried to teleport into my house, and they didn't make it. I don't know why people try to teleport into people's houses, but I think it's because they're assholes. Oh, here's the mirror. Oh, that's lovely. I was wondering where the mirror went. Oh, it's got paint on it. Oh, that's sweet. That's very kind. Okay, so I guess I did make them stab themselves in the head. Okay, sorry about that. They can rewind time on... Can you rewind time? If you can't rewind time, you're not very good fairy godmothers. And your fairy grandfather is a very embarrassed radio broadcasting executive who thought he was going to get away. Or he's your son who's trying to be his own grandfather or some shit. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, berry punch. Well, that's better than pizza punch. That's for damn sure. Now, I don't know what the actual reality is. I do know that I need to pick up some trash. I will probably finish smoking in the house today. This will probably be the last time I smoke in the house. I didn't know that you were going to come back from the dead, darling. Oh, is this food? No, that's wood. Okay, never mind. I'm in a house with no food, no water. Oh, well, there's a gallon of water. I was going to give the gallon of water to him, but I guess I'll keep it since I'm left behind in a house with another mirror with, well, there's 2 cats and a dog, or 2 dogs and a cat downstairs in lower house. Up here, there's one sorcerer. A very dusty fan. Ew, that's gross. I don't mind tidying up. I really don't. The echolocation triangulation system probably is still on. If they turned it off, that was not clever. There's a big mess left by people. It's not as bad a mess as you might think. They did a pretty good job cleaning up after themselves. There's a bucket of weird water. I imagine some of the water in the house is poison. I imagine it's got meth in it. There's a clock there. There's a clock on the kitchen counter, and there's a mirror on the chair. And there's a tape recorder on top of the tape recorder. And there's a bunch of petrified wood and a bunch of weights. Jeez, they could just leave me here, and then I have everything I need. I can drink water, and I can lift weights, and I can just be happy. Oh, here's clothes. Am I supposed to wear these clothes? Well, they're laundered. Group hug. Oh, that's funny. Group hug. Oh, what's that? There's a glove inside of a... That's not a vase. Is it a vase? Well, whatever. A tennis office. There's a number of messages left behind for me, which I will have to... Randall. There's a bunch of stuff here that's not going to be too useful for me, since I'm not a time clown. Pair of scissors. That's cool. Oh, did he use my trimmers? Where's the trimmers? There's a reel. Thanks, Dusty. There's a... Oh, good. The last time I let this guy use my beard trimmer, he left the pieces all over the place. And, the first thing he did was lose the special cable. The cable only works to charge the one that I had before. And then the cable disappeared. And I'm like, hey, where's my cable? And he's like, I don't know. It's lost. Good show. All right. Well, like I said, this will probably be the last time I smoke in the house. I can make that concession. As long as she's alive. If she's dead and she's in the heliopause and she's messing with my client and she won't let me freaking... if I can't edit my thing, and if she's a vengeful spirit from beyond the grave and she has the ability to mess with my YouTube, she should have the ability to do other things too that are helpful, but maybe not. Maybe she just doesn't want to be helpful. That would certainly explain everything I'm looking at. There's a chainsaw on the floor with no. It's just the engine, and there's a bunch of dirty socks. So I'm sure jesters have been here. And is that a toboggan? What the fuck is that? That's a sled. I'm not sure what the difference is between a toboggan and a sled, but it's funny that I knew the word toboggan before I knew the word sled. But anyway, hi, sweetie. Oh, she's back. Are you back to life now? Oh, good. She says she did stab herself in the head and she had to go to heaven and then rewind time and come back. Okay, well, that's good. That'll... Well, I don't know. It's best special effects editing or... No, you're not going to... No. She says that she wants to rename the Oscar to the Michael J. Anderson, which is funny. That's cute. That is fun. That is funny. Okay. I love you, sweetie. I love everybody else too. Remember to drink your oatmeal. Bye.
The world is a vampire sent to drain. Secret destroyers hold you up to the flames. And what do I get for my pain? Betrayed desires, the dark piece of a game. Even though I know, I suppose I'll show all my cool and cold like gold. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Someone will say what is lost can never be saved. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Now I'm naked, nothing but an animal. Can you fake it for just one more show? And what do you want? I want to change. Even though I know, I suppose I'll show all my cool and cold like gold. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. And someone will say what is lost can never be saved. And someone will say what is lost can never be saved. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Tell me I'm the only one. Tell me there's no other one. Jesus was an only son, yeah. Tell me I'm the chosen one. Jesus was an only son, but yeah. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. And someone will say what is lost can never be saved. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Tell me I'm the only one. Tell me there's no other one. Jesus was an only son for you. And I still believe that I cannot be saved. And I still believe that I cannot be saved.
Professor Zenya Kubihensitia. I'm just kind of showing off. 2 still missing and long dead. And 11 still viewing. Wait. Let me back that up. 2 still missing, 11 dead. Professor Zenya Kubihensitia. That's something my father used to say. And it means something very, very bad. Something so bad that I'm glad that I don't have to say it ever. And I'm not going to. Now, the reason why I'm upset is because I've discovered some things. I've discovered who has done what. I've discovered what's being done here that's unlawful and unregulated and unlegal, let's say. It's unlegal. Now, if I were to tell people what's happening, there are certain people who would be disappointed to wake up in prison every day for a long time. So I'm not going to do that because, for one thing, Why put them in prison before they die in agony from cancer when you could have them run around finding dead rats and tying them to dead strings and swinging them from dead sticks and making all kinds of money before they suddenly realize, what? I've wasted my life working for the Dark Lord? I thought I was working for the Dark Lord. Oh, and then they dissolve in a puff of logic because working for the Dark Lord, well, that works for the Dark Lord. It doesn't work for you unless you're the Dark Lord. And if you're the Dark Lord, how could you work for the Dark Lord? See, it's kind of self-evident when you look about it. There's this guy who's not the Dark Lord. He's the dog of the Dark Lord. And he left the house. And then he came back and put his backpack in the wheelbarrow that I guess his mother or something. Anyway, there's been some shifts at the house. I don't know what the hell they were thinking other than, I'm the Dark Lord, worship me. They were thinking that. And they were thinking, get the rocks out of the ground, get the color. It's kind of an old program. But when all else fails, dig gold out of the land, and then you have money. It's really the oldest profession, getting gold out of the ground. But it's not always gold. Sometimes it's chalcedony. Sometimes it's malachite. Sometimes it's citrine. Sometimes it's not amber, because amber comes from, well, I guess amber could be found below ground, but I think amber becomes citrine when it's below ground, and then amber is amber when it's got a bug in it. And ember, well, whatever. I don't know much about the color, but getting the color out of the ground is what people do when they're just completely and utterly held in thrall to crystals. There's 1, 2, 3. I think 3 people here, counting me. I see 3 bodies sometimes, all at once, but right now one's behind a truck, one's behind a tree, one's behind an RV. I'm always a people because, hi, I'm Jack, I'm a star. Those of you who have been looking forward to my debrief will notice that I haven't been publishing it very often lately, and that's because reasons and things that I a white van. Things that I work on sometimes preclude talking into my phone like an idiot. I don't want to spook the locals or the natives or the individuals who are at my house. I think there's a guy living in my attic. I think there's another guy living in my other attic. And when I say my, I'm referring to the residence in which I reside, and is technically my home in the sense that I'm on Earth, so everything is my home, and I'm in the cosmos, so as long as I'm in the Milky Way galaxy, I'm technically home, and I certainly reside in the Milky Way galaxy in some media markets. Other times I reside somewhere else other than a behavioral hospital, although they seem to have brought the behavioral hospital to me. You don't know what life is. You don't know how rich and delicious a tapestry life has given you until you see somebody in a car who looks like the master of the Master Blaster pair from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. There's this little fucking midget, there's this little dwarf, like a dwarf baby, except with a big old head. It's in the back seat of this car, like a car seat. And in the front seat is the woman who's not a whore much anymore. She didn't look like the person whose birthday it was. It was her. Looked just like her. I don't often see her behind the driver's seat wheel, but I guess she's such a good Ferengi in the future that she becomes Ferengi sized, and then she's taking notes. Scribble, scribble, scribble. She's scribbling away in the back seat, while in the front seat is a woman who's almost exactly, but not quite, completely not my type. Because even though I love Anna and Anna enough that I know how to pronounce her name, but I'm kind of panting and sweating. I don't think Anna wants to do speed. And fuck. I don't think Anna wants to fuck. I think she wants to strap me to a chair and do experiments on me and see if she can get this Jekyll and Hyde potion going, which is fine. I let her do that. I can just close my eyes and be in the same room with her. And if she straps me to a dentist chair, I can just imagine that she's going to lose control and just suddenly start molesting me. Like those doctors who get sued for molesting other patients while they're unconscious. Oh, Anna, don't molest me while I'm unconscious. I want to be conscious so I can remember the experience and testify to the grand jury about how terrible it was. Wink, wink. Oh, it's terrible, Anna. Come closer. Show me the hair on your upper lip. That's my fantasy. Or maybe it's hers. I don't know. That was pretty well fleshed out. So these women know each other. They still know each other. That's it. They raise them in 6-packs. They hatch them out of eggs. They sex the chicks, and the boys go into the grind up hopper. They turn baby male birdies into paste. And the female hens, of whom Bailey's just but one, she's not like a Cornish game hen. She's Cornish, since no matter what, she's always going to have this river of passion for the experiences she's not going to have, which are varied in many, since number 1, shy, number 2, insecure, number 3, her father has this chick on lockdown because she's worth like $80 billion, but she's always running around like Jupiter descending. She works because if she doesn't work, people figure out, hey, how come this hot ass woman has money, but she's not a whore? How'd that be? Oh, no. She would be a whore. She just doesn't want people to know that. And then she doesn't get money as a whore. She gets paid like pennies, but still, she has sex with people who give her money, and she has shitloads. That makes her a whore in some media markets. And as well, she would fuck me for free, but I'll never ask her. Unless her father's dead, but that's a different fantasy. She's my friend. I know these things about her. I haven't thought about them much, but I have thought about them. I wrote a song for Bailey. I'm not going to sing it. I'm not. That would be too hard for me. Worrying about that. I think my housemate, I think he's horrified. I think he can hear me. He's got a girl. He's got a real pretty girlfriend. She's quality like Bailey, and she looks different. Hey guys. Okay, so there's now a light on in here. There's a light on in the kitchen, and there's a light on the porch. In the 30 minutes that I've been talking on the phone, somebody has turned on the lights, so it's not pitch black in here. Before, when I opened it, it was pitch black, and my friend was walking through it. Whether or not he was leading a blindfolded rape hostage to his bedroom or not, I think he wanted it to be indeterminate. And whether he's got 2 girls or 3 girls in there, I don't know, but he sure shit doesn't have Caitlin, Anna, and Bailey. Jane. Oh, God. Oh. Okay. I'm probably not going to spurt again. They're not that amazing, but they're my friends. I do care for them. They're really smart. They're obviously well equipped to do all kinds of. They're like Charlie's Angels, and no, I'm not going to have sex with them ever, because that's what makes the story palatable. And then if I do, it'll be a dramatic reenactment of my entire life, and then it'll probably end up with tears and recriminations. Because the thing about these women that are enchanted and enchanting is that once you actually put your toe in the pudding, once you get the butterscotch smeared between your toes, once the skin develops on top of the pudding and then it leaches into the corner of your eye, then you've got to have it, and it's a need, and it turns into a raging hunger. Or at least it would, since I already had a relationship with Bailey in the future where she hops into a time tunnel and meets me in my other past. I never told her exactly. It was really awkward. I never had that experience before, but she's the kind of girl that after she leaves me with an email after 7 years, she gets into another time tunnel and jumps into the future from that point and then lives through Bailey again. And then that's why there's 2 Baileys. One of which kind of sneers at me and acts like I'm scum. And the other one kind of sneers at me and acts like I'm scum, but is the one who hadn't had sex with me yet and had traction magic and was trying to get me to go into a Christopher's break room and compromise myself. And she was willing to blow me, but she was hoping that I would grab her by the neck and just fuck her to death so she could leave the job and go back to the future and still achieve the assignment. That's my girl. Yeah. I think that would be a great way to resolve the problem of her father being mad and her father being able to catch her immediately after doing what she wanted to do, because she didn't want to just drop to her knees and blow me when she met me. I have this other thing that's a lot like Trash Your Magic. It's called I Actually Love Her and I Love Her Friends. And I wouldn't have to take all of her friends with me, but if I were to really have a relationship with anybody, oh sure. And then she happens to have two of the hottest sidekicks ever, Mallory and Matthew Christian Simo, but that's in a different media market. And then I could take like all of Belling's friends, not in a conga line, but I would prepare myself for bukkake, like they served the sushi on the naked women in Japan. If she wanted that, she could get all of her friends in the entire world to line up alphabetically and spooge all over my face, which is apparently all that's required. I think I could just enter a meditative state and hope that I wouldn't, be like bitten by a radioactive spider, or maybe I'd bring my own spider. And if I had married Barry Lee ever, I don't know. It would be a fairy book. It would be fairy tale. It would be very, 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 very fairy. But I don't really want to marry Bailey. I like her, but she's busy. She's got other things going on, and she's deeply embarrassed because I haven't told the story in this much lurid, heavy detail ever. Mostly because I've never told it while I'm standing in a house that's been ransacked, while my friend and his friend talk in hushed, urgent tones on the other side of the door. Doesn't sound like they're having sex, but that's probably because I'm going on and on about the girls of Mud Bay, who, my friends here are old and they're not invited, and I think they're wanted on the planet that they were born on or something. It's kind of weird knowing that people, in addition to being normal people who have normal lives and aren't time travelers, they get to heaven and then they are time travelers. It's both at the same time. Much like Bailey was both the woman that I had a relationship with and a woman I hadn't had a relationship with at the same time. Sometimes on alternate days. She was also a Pisces, so the Pisces is a twin sign. Sign of the Pisces is two fish. Red fish, green fish, blue fish, fuck fish, whatever. I can never go back to the place where I was when I was on the precipice of going into Christopher's room, his break room, at the Mud Bay pet food store. I forget. Mud Bay Industries. I can't remember. But Mud Bay. She used to be worried about being Tarso Negra with herpes. I don't think she has herpes. I don't care. I'm immune to herpes. Like, I'm perfect for it. I think many times she was thinking, I would just throw myself at this guy, but I'm afraid to give him herpes. What's he going to think of me? Well, number one, cool, let's test and see if we can bottle it. And number two, I'll tell you how to deal with that, because she didn't actually know how to deal with her problem. But I did, because number one, I was given herpes by the police when I was 15 and a half. So I, familiar with that. Number two, she's so embarrassed about her raging sexual appetite that she just never got around to doing anything. And that was the reason why her Virgo reticence took hold of her. Because after I didn't go into the break room and I kept going around, obviously I liked her. She couldn't figure out why I wasn't throwing myself at her. Here's a hint. It was a trap. And I knew that I already had, kind of. I couldn't figure it out. And sometimes she was her mom. And then Mallory was there. Mallory's really hot too, but she was older. And then she wasn't there to compete with Bailey Jane. BJ. She wasn't there to compete with BJ. She was there to pick up the pieces after her, let's say daughter. Her daughter drops to her knees and blows me in the break room. And then, she's traumatized. They have to sue me. Oh my God, I forced myself on her. Right. So they get me out of the picture. And then she's capable of faking all that. And then Bailey would be too. Once she figured out that it was all an act, they can just spray the wake up juice. Available now. $5.95 for one spray. That's $595 to wipe your memory of all the bullshit you just did. And remember why you came, why you're here, how come you're on mission, and why you don't have to feel like a miserable whore. You can feel good about having had sex once with him and instead of actually having a sexy relationship, instead of going on a date, you just drop to your knees and you suck him off like a common whore. He comes in 3 seconds, she thinks, and then you never get to see him again except on the other side of a jury panel. That was the nightmare. Either for her or for me, if I had actually walked into the break room and then said, oh my God, this has never happened before. Slow down, I got to write this past form letters. That's not what would happen. I would have, I don't know, but when I have a relationship with her in the past, from that point, she does attraction magic, and we kiss on her deck of her apartment building for like 11 hours. It was great. It was great. Still, I'd like Caitlin more, and then Anna would be. Well, she'd be worth paying for, but I would rather pay for some design work and some chocolate chip cookie. Or if I knew where she was, I would drive there now and say, "Hey, can I rent your bathtub? Can you help me clean it out first, and then stay for keep me company while it's filling, and we can talk about our favorite donuts. I'd like a Boston cream pie. What about you? What do you think? Do you think raspberry jelly filled or raspberry jam filled? What do you think about both? That's not the opening scene of our soon-to-be award-winning porn flick, but these are quality women who can create and be funny, and I can make jokes like that on my phone and not get killed. I could probably put it on YouTube, probably not be any more of a pariah than I am now. And in person, there's no doubt I would try to say them, and I would be able to breathe. And they remember me well enough to know that they would either have to pretend to be horrified and then be horrified and then not worry about me chasing them down, or they would have to just give in. I mean, I don't think about them often, but it's largely because Bailey's father would kill himself. He'd cast some spell at me. He'd become a vampire Jew. He'd call it Mandy Patinkin and find out that I gave him a downgrade and that his favorite vampire partner was walking the streets of Toledo, blowing old men for change. I'm just a Jew now. I'm looking for the boxer, but hang on, I want to see if this guy wants to give me a quarter. I'll slick you real good. I'll slick you a long time. I'll play the opera at the end. I am the fat lady. And then he would probably get hit by a car, and then Bailey's father would find another favorite vampire Jew. Turn that one into just a Jew, too. It's really easy to do. I'm a source titan. They're just Jews and vampires in tubal-canes. They're actual progenitor, whereas I'm his honorary grandson. And I think he thinks it's funny, since I'm pretty sure that he's aware that most of his vampire children are real assholes because they're vampires. But I would never kill, ever, one of the sons of Cain, one of the daughters of Cain. Never. For one thing, they don't come back. Killing vampires is not the same thing as killing anybody else. First of all, you get a free toaster when you kill 5 of them. And then after that, the rewards are substantially increased because it's final death. They are fucking gone. I'm not going to kill any vampires. Unless Tubal-cain begs, and then I'll have to kill any vampires. Why would I? I have Mandy Patinkin for that. I could put a geas on Mandy's just true consciousness and make him obsessed with finding the vampire he has to kill. Maybe I'll cross-index him with Banshee, the Marvel comic show. Or comic book. Some Irish guy who goes, ah, and he can fly because he sings or some shit. Probably just as gay as Mandy Patinkin. And then give Mandy Patinkin Banshee's powers and then make him magically compelled to wander around screeching at people. Are you a vampire? Gee! Gee! That's how he's going to sing. Hey, Mandy, how do you like your new show? He says he doesn't like it. I can't remember why I'm mad with Mandy Patinkin. Oh, yeah. He told everybody that I'm his friend. There's not that many Jews. There's one Bailey Jane. She's remorseful, regretful, or she's wondering what the fuck happened because she doesn't remember our relationship, or she's still lost in space because she tried to go there again and got time locked and bounced off, and they had to go chase her down. It's funny how time travel works. Here's a hint. Don't lie to your father about why you're going to borrow it. And then don't think your daughter isn't going to fuck me, old man, because, dude, I can just cast a spell on you. Or I can throw some money in the street while you're busy fucking scrabbling for the fucking pennies and you can fucking just plow her into her. I can time it so she's fertile. And then I'll make whatever the fuck comes out of a Jew. If she wants to do that. And then I'll say something that makes her want to bend over again the way she was ready to before. Like she didn't want it. You told her it's okay. Just have oral sex. Just offer fellatio to Jackstar. Just rip down his pants and put your mouth on his organ. Just shove your face into Jackstar's pants on your knees and try not to close your eyes and try to just think of me, sweetie. Think of me while filleting Jackstar. Think of me, Michael Van Dieven. I mean, oh shit. Oh my God, did I say his name? Oh my God, that's not a secret, is it? I actually don't remember. That's actually not her father. She's got several fathers as a way of plausibility denial. I'm running out of time here, aren't I? Well, it's a good thing I don't have to worry about keeping my chance together with this girl, because I don't need to have sex with Bailey. I just would love to. But that's up to her and her father in reality. And in reality, there was no question I have to see Caitlin at some point. She came over here in a different body with a dog, acting like she wasn't who she was. And I had to pretend I didn't recognize her. I don't think she's going to do that again. I guess she's embarrassed. I guess she thought I didn't like her. No, what I don't like is that woman not doing the thing that Bailey was supposed to do. It's funny. There's only so many outcomes to existence. There's only so many ways that a door can open. Either somebody comes out or somebody puts out some sort of object and then closes the door as a way of punctuating what I'm doing. He doesn't like what I'm doing. I'm being a little too awkwardly in a certain context. This is rude. It's foul. It's disrespectful, he thinks. He thinks I'm being disrespectful to the woman. I am. He also thinks that I'm being disrespectful to him because obviously he can't get erect while I'm saying these things. Because he can't leave the house that he's illegally squatting in and fuck her in the trees. I don't think he has people for that, but this is his oh wait. Yeah, see, his brain spasms and he realizes, well, wait a second. This is his house. Why the fuck can't I work? This is my dick. This is my friend. Why can't I have sex with that girl? Why can't I talk about it? Well, the answer is because it's disgusting. And I'm not trying to offend my friend. I'm not trying to make it impossible for them to have sex for the 8th or 9th time in the last 2 days. I'm not bitter. I'm not envious. He might have been imagining that he was being loud. But he wasn't being loud. I mean, I guess he thinks that loud is possibly heard. Fuck, I can feel it. That woman is hot as fuck. She doesn't think about me during sex, of course. Thank God. We're respectful friends. I'm not trying to move in on him, but he's worried that I'm going to click open the door if he's too loud. Oh my God, is he going to know? What if I take off my pants and if I whimper, is he going to hear me? Is he going to turn into a rape demon? Is he going to come in and want to is he going to sandwich me? Is he going to jump on my back and put his dick in my ass while inside her? No, he's not thinking that anymore. But before, he was like having a bad flashback to something that's not going to happen. He was afraid. Anxiety disorders manifest in odd ways. And I don't mind having sex with anybody. Except a couple niche partners that I'd prefer not to think about. And I don't have to. They were only here long enough to laugh at me. And then he's apparently quite friendly. Evidently. They're either actually doing it, or he's doing an approximate job of pretending to make the noises. It could be on tape. They could be mother and daughter for all I fucking know. He's a professional. He's a good man. He doesn't act like he's afraid that I'm going to find out that they're faking. He acts like he doesn't want me to hang out with her because he thinks that once she finds out what a real person is like, she'll never like him again, which is nonsense. Of course she's going to like her father, besides her team. But he's got insecurities. They fester. I know a little bit about this, since I used to be insecure too. And I'm not insecure that my friend is having sex in my house. I'm insecure because he doesn't give me money. He's fucking stealing things with the help of the mother of who I'm talking about. Isn't it a small world? Isn't that a cool story? I think it's romantic. Oh, this is better than sex. Number one, I don't have to get all sicky. Number two, it don't matter if it's theogenic or not. I don't think it's illegal under any definitions. So it's nasty and raunchy and racy. So I can do it with Kelly, and we can do role play. Kelly would love to role play because she's kind of like the opposite of Bailey. Not the small perfect tits, not the svelte body. She's more like a well-proportioned, really well-muscled, barrel-chested Neanderthal dwarf, which is actually what it says on her driver's license. And Kelly is pretty close to Killy, and Killy is what Kelly wants to do, since she can't figure out why I don't. Well, I'm forcing him to wait for somebody special, and there she goes. And then I don't want to do things with Kelly that way. I want to do things with Caitlin, KL. Isn't that funny how life works? And then I can't do anything with these people. There's actually somebody else who's incoming. I don't know when, but as a master of divination, I think it takes some of the fun away when I divine the exact address, time and date, just like in Dead Like Me, and time's on a post-it, and then I get there, and oops, there's construction all of a sudden. Oops, a UFO comes down and teleports the woman I was going to have sex with away to another planet because somebody steals my future plans, which is what people could do when they use divination to find out where a person's intended lovemaking partner is going to be. And then they fucking use time travel and a fucking time ship, and they fucking go and they pick them up and they wear a Michael Cusi mask, and then they fucking traffic them to Cuba. They get them tagged, and then they take them to Orion as slave girls after they paint them green. They do that on the daily. It's pretty fucked up. They meaning fourth dimensional spurglers. In case you're wondering why we have a company at all, and in case you're wondering what all that pet food is for, don't worry about it. Some trafficking is horrible. But people traffic all the time. They get in cars and they drive around. There's nothing wrong with that. It's how they make it to the bake sale on Sunday. It's how they take your friend to the hospital when she's sick and needs an abortion. And then you can say, are you sure you want to get an abortion? Maybe you should turn your life over to Jesus Christ and visit the Church of Latter-day Saints. And on the way there, we can go through the drive-thru, beam you out, and then we have your fetus removed from your belly painlessly for the fetus. And then they put the remains in a jar, and they let the still living fetus asphyxiate in the jar as it slowly transports itself from Earth to Luna by launching it into space, where it does a slow tumble until it's caught by the moon's gravity and then crash lands on Luna, and they make the glass thick enough and transparent enough so that the baby that grows into a baby from a zygote, because it takes so long to get to the moon from Earth, when you pull it out of the baby's womb, it's got the placenta still attached. They've got special thick glass that's still transparent, even though it's got little wires in it. And you put the zygote with the placenta attached, beam it into there. So you got a glass jar, like a mason jar, but for space. A space jar. And then inside the jar, there's a placenta, a zygote, and you. The jar tumbles through space. It grows quickly. Maybe because of the tumbling, maybe because of magic, maybe because it makes for a better story, maybe because it sees all the stars. It wants to be there with you. It creates a whole tapestry of constellations. It names them. It's a zygote growing into a baby. In some strange way that a thick glass space jar, it's a placenta and a zygote beamed while still living into a jar. Somehow it grows and knows that they're stars, and it gives them names and it dreams about them. And then it lands on the Luna. It's a velocity that when the glass touches down onto the dusty surface of the moon, it creates a crater. Sometimes big, sometimes small, just like all the other craters. But this one has a baby, a living baby inside a glass container with a placenta. And then it hits the surface of the moon, and it creates a crater, and the glass shatters. And the baby asphyxiates in the cold vacuum of space. And the placenta uses that dead baby's energy, life, and remaining flesh to create a cloak. It hoovers up all the dead baby parts, sometimes scattered in one place, sometimes buried deep into the soily, powdery crust, sometimes a pale pink mist surrounded by shards of glass. And the placenta evolves even quicker than the baby grows. And the baby that saw the stars and named them and dreamed of being with them only sees them briefly before its life leaks out and then becomes reborn anew inside the shadow of the cloak of the placenta, which is immune to vacuum, cold, emotional pain, emotions, and stars. And that's how Christopher gets revenge against Michael Clifford Cusi for fucking up his career, fucking up his friendships, telling everybody how this stupid fat joy boy fuck takes me 500 fucking miles on a fucking round trip for a fucking ounce of crystal. How fucking hard could it have been to fucking show it to me in fucking high school, you fucking bitch niggers? Pretty hard, I guess. Yeah, they could have it. Not me. No crystal for Cusi. No, I'm fucking 49 before I fucking see the real thing. Oh, I see the big deal now. Okay. Real thing is, it's tricky, but it's not addictive. It doesn't have to be. No drug has to be addictive. They make them that way so they can fuck people over. Nobody wanted to give me the real thing. Nobody wanted to tell me, hey, you can learn this science. It's called whatever. And then you can get all the crystal you want, and it's not addictive. And then you can run around the world juicing up women with your special control dope. You can make control dope in the trunk of your car. It's not that hard, certain tips. And as long as you don't fuck up, your sister doesn't traffic you into prison because there's nothing else to do when you lose your mind. You become addicted to the chemicals you're supposed to be making for company whores who need to get rescued fast. Like John Goodman in Flight, except more of a beat the shit out of you vibe. I could have had that job, but nobody told me about this shit. They just took it while they were fucking seducing me and fucking over my life at age 15 and a half with control magic and lies. And they're on drugs and I'm sober and I'm a minor and they're a year older and they want to get my baby better without my consent, without me knowing. I get led into a bedroom in a mother's apartment complex. She's on bed. Her legs are crossed. Her arms are crossed. She's smirking at me. And in my mind, I imagine telepathy. Why would I be hearing telepathy? Said the boy who didn't know anything about the drugs that his parents had been fucking dealing with before they lost their rights and privileges. My parents never told me anything about the shit they did before I was born. So while all of you assumed that I was running around on meth that my father gave me and taught me how to make, he didn't teach me how to make a living. He didn't know how to make one. He thought he was so smart. He thought he was going to clip coins. He thought he was going to make meth. He thought he was going to play soccer and move back and forth from Hungary to Seattle, falling in love with another woman each time, moving him back and forth, human trafficking on his own, by himself, and making fake gold using illegal alchemy in the microwave because he was a metallurgist and he figured out how to do that. And apparently that was all fine until he got my mother high and married her. Apparently that was too much for people since they only produced me, and well, obviously that turned out to be just a fucking disaster for people who wanted to make money on meth. Since as soon as I heard in my mind, hurry up and rape me, you stupid nigger, while this adorable girl is grinning at me, I kind of figured something was up. Adult survivors of childhood sexual abuse are notoriously hard to pin down. She wanted me to pin her down. She was hurrying me mind. She didn't want to give me speed. She wanted me sober so I would be clean. She wanted the strongest possible semen, a rape baby from semen of the Magyar princess. She thought I was a female with a dick. She wanted to get the female Magyar with a dick to rape her, not knowing that she was going to steal the baby and create a hybrid all on her own. She wanted to have a hybrid baby by the time she was 17. That way she could have a 35-year-old partner. When she was 43, she put it all out. All I had to do was agree to do the same thing that I said I would do. All those times when she was masturbating, thinking about me, and high as balls on crystal meth, she was imagining talking to me with her mind. Well, high on meth and masturbating when she was actually 82, 83. I'm not sure how old Kiwis get, but they do age differently. And that woman was on drugs and wanted to steal my baby better and wanted me sober, wanted me to not know, and wanted my family to pay child support. Yeah, I would have wanted that too. Right after I achieve apotheosis at age 12 and fucking translate to another dimension and then save all the fucking Amazon women on the moon with my dick. Yeah, sure. I would have been okay with part of it, but she was talking to somebody else in her head because she was high on meth. Crystal methamphetamine doesn't always connect you to the right party. Sometimes you can be frenetically masturbating and on the phone with somebody when your boyfriend comes home from Costco with a chicken and you're filling the house with the miasma of human rut. It smelled good, but she never smelled that way with me because she wasn't rutting for a woman on the phone using traction magic, forcing her to fucking come her brains out on the phone. She couldn't stop herself. There wasn't anybody here. There's nothing to do besides wank herself off and get high on meth and talk on the phone to the one person who couldn't answer it. That's what Grapefruit did while I was in jail and such. Because it's not like there were 12 other women that got killed one by one, officially. There was the woman who tried to get me to throw myself at the woman with her crossed legs and crossed arms smirking at me in her mother's apartment in a room wired for sound and video with the sound of a woman trying to cast a telepathic spell on a 15-and-a-half-year-old boy who didn't know jack or shit about any of this. And on top of all that, I had to be sober while she could be high. I'm not sure why she thought that would be best, but she wanted the most strongest possible baby. And her belief was that the savage Maja Digga power would be overwhelmed with desire to penetrate her luscious goodness, possibly through the genes, she hoped. Then she wouldn't have to get undressed, and then she could have the really hot nurse at the emergency room cut the jean fabric off of her bruised and mutilated body after I had savagely raped her for 8 or 9 hours before I finally dribbled out enough cum to get her pregnant. She thought it would be real quick, but no, he just went on. I thought it'd be over soon, but he just went on and on and on. Oh my God. Should I have given him meth? Would that have sped him up? Can you try giving me meth now and see what happens? Why don't you smell a little? Maybe it'll take some of the edge off. You look cute. That's my friend. This is a new addition to her diary. I haven't thought about this much, but she has thought about it a lot because it's not so much that she hadn't tried to use a telepathic spell to get me to fucking rape her. It was that she was talking to the wrong guy. I had never had any awareness that, oh, you're on meth. Oh, you're in high school. Oh, you're actually 32. Oh, you're 21 jump. And you're from another planet. And you want my baby server. You want my baby semen. And you want me to pay for it because you think my family's rich. And you think all you got to do is just fucking smirk at me with your legs crossed. And I'm just going to jump on you and use my massive mug jar muscles that are hiding underneath the blubber. Hidden for better penetration into the embedded society. Just waiting to spring out and rape as soon as I get a whiff of the right flavors. Royal blood, royal jelly, and eager, willing horeflesh like me. I'm not gonna lie, that does sound hot. And frankly, if I could do it again, I would do it, and then that would produce Bailey. Probably that's why she's so pretty. Maybe I'll go back in time and do it. I don't know. I don't think so. But I'm pretty sure Tammy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And Tammy never did fillet me. I did cast a spell on my dick so she'd fucking have something to remember me by. And then she named her kid BJ. Oh my God, is that a secret or is that personal private information? Well, it's not all that private and personal anymore. Giggle, giggle. I did just violate the consent. It's probably going to be okay because for one thing, that's a badass story. For another, it didn't happen anything like that at all. It was nothing like that at all. He lied. She didn't get a spell cast on my dick. Her daughter doesn't have insecurities. She really is even more beautiful than her mother because her mother was insecure and being groomed by people who did her grand service, and then her daughter was groomed in an even worse way by her batshit crazy lesbo mother. But it did work out great for her tits and her waist. And she was shorter, and I don't know. I don't think I would hurt Bailey. I know I would hurt Bailey if I was high on meth and she was high on meth and we just like went at it with no concern or regard. Because that's kind of what we did. We weren't on meth. As far as I know. I don't know if she brought it or what, but she did figure out not to call me a nigger and tell me to hurry up and rape her. I mean, shit, I'm still working on it. This is as fast as this fucking rape and could go. We had sex so many times. I think 9? No, I think 7. Yeah, we had sex 7 times. We were raw. The 7th time was painful, but that was only just getting in. And we wanted to do it again because we had looked forward to it for a while. She had traveled back in time after being my friend at the pet store. She liked me. I didn't understand why. Yeah, she really wanted it too. So bad that she wasn't on meth and didn't give me any, and then puked as she crossed the threshold into my house. At the doorstep, she vomited into the weeds next to the door. She did that because she was married to a satanic crime family, and she was cheating on her husband, and she was doing it because she was trying to do something she didn't tell her husband about, which I will have you know, satanic fathers and husbands do not appreciate. He's still pissed because I kept on banging her for 7 years. It became ever more desultory by the minute, and I never got to tap her sister, but she still wants me. I just saw her today in a different body, but the man is still upset. He thought I was working on it with her when he found out that I was doing what I thought was best, and I thought it was weird too, but I didn't know that women could do that, nor did I know, oh, he's the head of a satanic family? Oh, and he just trades his wife and his daughter and with his sister and his other wife, and then who's the other wife that I'm never allowed to meet? Oh, that's Bailey's mother. Oh, that's interesting. So that guy and that woman, and that's interesting. And then how interesting they keep on coming up in my life. Hail Satan, get behind me. That's what the world is like. I didn't know this before, but it sure makes sense why she couldn't tell me some details. It only makes it harder for me, especially the fact that I could withstand the pressures of, oh, God, she was so, and is. I haven't seen pictures of her lately, but I've seen pictures of her clone that Louis Wayne drives because he can jump from the internet to reality and drive the Bailey clone, and he's willing to pretend to be Bailey and have me have sex with him because he has taken over the bodies of other women and been inside the body while the captive hostage was passed out or kicked out, and he's been a male spirit inside a female body with me at least once. It was weird. I didn't hate it. I don't really like the way Lewis lies about things. Oh, hi, Lewis. Hi, Lewis. Hi, Lewis. Remember I said, hi, Lewis, and then I told you we should talk about something? Okay, the time for your fucking time to fucking talk about what we're going to do is past. You ape-hang, you fucking moron. Do I fucking sound like I give a rat shit fuck about your fucking problems, Louis Wayne? You are an asshole. You have pissed me off. You've wasted my time. You hang out with assholes. And the reason why is because you and your friends are on the upper level of the server. I get relegated to the bottom where there's robots copying what the real people are saying about me, and they change it around a lot, so it doesn't appear to be talking about me. And then the robots, the AI machine learning algorithm, they have conversations with my bot, and then my bot goes to the other side of the server, and they see that, and then they also see what I say, but they all know that I don't see what the real person says. I see facsimiles thereof. That's why when his daughter comes into the place, her name isn't that. They know that she's his daughter because they know her. She's on the internet all the time. Sometimes they're on duty in Africa with their teleporting fucking ferry. Sometimes they're at the whorehouse in Africa, either working or cleaning, I don't know which. Sometimes she's on a planet while her father's at home and they can talk over Ansible. The internet's amazing. Bailey's amazing. Louis Wayne's amazing. Her mother's amazing. They're imaginary people that exist both as real people in the future, and right now I'm creating an imaginary story through thoughts of my friends that I'm bouncing off the tachyon field, which exists in a place that doesn't have to worry about moving information back and forth because there's no information to move. Or rather, there's no flesh to move. There's just people on the internet that are made up of digits, and that's how Bailey and Lewis and anybody can travel back and forth through time and space if they have permission to use the Ansible. A lucky rabbit's foot, but that's actually one of Orson Scott Card's toes. You have to hunt down Orson Scott Card and string him up with a lynch barb for the faggot he is, and take one of his toes and then roll it in breadcrumbs and fry it up. Like bacon in a pan. Da-na-na-na-na.
Would you know it? Would you blow it?
an hour ago, you asked for something. Thanks. I guess I read your brain or something. It's kind of a surface thing because I don't want to do anything invasive. But since I'm not breaking any laws, I'll probably keep on doing what I'm doing, except I just won't do it with you.
Every time you speak to me, Jackstar, I get hornier.
Also, NJ12 is done. They're already up to MJ15, and they're, well, this was this way. You're part of the old school. They don't do it that way anymore. You're all fucking still doing that shit. Go Bears. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares. Those grays, those zeta reticulans, it's a different paradigm, and then they're still trying to, redo that, but they can't, and they won't. As the new alpha. Hi, that's me. I'm the alpha. I'm the alpha. I'm the alpha. I'm the alpha, and then I don't want to do it that way anymore. So even if they do go back to that, they're not going to do it because I'm the alpha. I know. It's fabulous. And the other alpha, the previous alpha, is currently walking home in the dark because they got thrown out. Is there any way you can arrange to have it ripped off? Asking for a friend.